Greetings. Today's request for Red House by the great Jimi Hendrix, of course, comes from Mr. Tad Baston, supporter of the cause. Tad, thank you. Tad is not just some guy off the internet. I suppose nobody's just some guy or girl off the internet, but Tad is my student from way back when I worked at the studio called Red House before I had my own studio. And hence, I have avoided this song like the plague because, well, that place, let me just tell you, it was founded and run by this man named Rajajit Singh. Now, please, to picture him in your head before I tell you that he was a white guy, a very white guy from Flint, Michigan, and he had a Harvard MBA, and he rolled in and he thought that he could make music studios like McDonald's, like cookie cutter, bam, 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 and take over the country. Needless to say, he failed. It wasn't the most pleasant experience working for him, but it was an awesome experience, and I learned so very much, and I'm thankful for it, thankful to have met Tad. And I was thinking, you know, there must be a million billion Red House videos on the internet, but what I didn't realize is Tad wants to learn it note for note. So we're going to do just a little bit at a time every so often, and maybe we'll get Tad to chime in and show us his progress so you can get to know him. And yeah, today, to begin, we have to learn what a 12-bar blues is. And this will be really helpful for the future, because anytime someone says, okay, 12-bar blues in E flat, you will just know what that means. And to help us understand what a 12-bar blues is legendary jazz trumpetist Harriet Tubman's friend. Oh yes, hello, Miss Tubman did enjoy playing the 12-bar blues, but she hasn't played it very much lately due to her condition. What is her condition? Oh, Miss Tubman's been dead since 1913. All right, that's ridiculous. Who invited her? Yes, thank you, thank you. To understand the 12-bar blues, you must have a firm grasp of what key you are in. This song is in the key of B. Not really, because Jimi Hendrix plays it D-tuned, so it's really in the key of B flat. But as guitar players, we're going to think about it as the key of B. Every single major key is defined by the following pattern. Whole step, half step. Whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. That is the formula for a major scale, and you can remember it by saying, when would hamsters wield weapons with horses? I made that up myself. Anyways, if we start on B, the key of this song, we will go a whole step higher than B to C sharp. A whole step higher than C sharp, that's two notes. So we're going to skip over C and go to D sharp. A half step, one note, higher than D sharp is E. A whole step, two notes again, higher than E is past F and all the way to F sharp. Whole step higher than F sharp is G sharp. A whole step higher than G sharp is A sharp. And a half step higher than A sharp is B. We're ending where we started. That's how we know we did it right. And this is Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do in B. Now, the second pattern at work here is the fact that the first one is always major. The second one and the third one are minor. The fourth and the fifth are major. The sixth is minor. The seventh is diminished. Don't worry about it. And then, of course, that's the same as that. Break. All right, so this is the key of B. Now, a 12-bar blues, which is really just a fancier way of saying a 12-measure blues, there are 12 measures in the progression, has a formula that it is an awful lot of the time. These chords all have really fancy numbers. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1 again. That way, if you're in a different key, you can just refer to them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and everyone will know what you were talking about without going through the trouble of saying G sharp minor. The formula for a 12-bar blues is more often than not, I'm going to use Roman numerals because that's what people do, is more often than not 1, ba-da, 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 ba-4, ba-da, 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 1, doing it along, is that helpful? 1. Second line, that's 4 bars. 4, da, 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 4, 1, in time. 1, da, 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 5, da, 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 4, da, 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 1. And on the turnaround, the 5. So if you plug in these chords, 1 is B, 4 is E, and 5 is F sharp. This is the generic formula for a 12-bar blues in B, or in any key at all. You would just start on, for instance, E, and figure out what the whole thing is in E and plug them into that formula. Back to you, Ryan. My kindergarten teacher saves the day again. Thank you so much for that, Miss Poopadoo. I forgot to tell you to detune your guitar. Detune your guitar. All the strings go down 1/2 step, otherwise you have to play it in B flat, and that's ugly. Okay, let's go through the basic form of it, and then at the end I'll show you some cool little tricks you can do to make it just a little bit more interesting when you're playing the rhythm. B is the 1, as she said, the 1 chord. If you don't want to do bar chord B, which is A2 and DGB 4 with your ring finger, you can play, because 7 chords are always perfectly acceptable in 12-bar blues songs. You can play B7, which is my favorite open chord. A2, D1, G2, baby E2. Go ahead and do that if you want. I'm going to play regular B. All right. Starts with the 1 chord, B. And then goes to E, right? Back to B. Now 2 E's, 2 4s. This is the beginning of the second line. Or E7. Or switch back and forth. 2 B's. Now a 5, F sharp, 2 4 4 3, an E, a B, the 1 chord, and turn around on the 5, F sharp, especially F sharp 7. Just leave your pinky finger out of this bar chord. That might have been a little faster than how the song goes, but that was the basic progression. Now with some neat little things you can do. All right, now I'm not really a blues guitar player and I don't play one on the internet, but here are some things that I hear in this song and that you can use, at your discretion to make the rhythm section of this song a bit more fun as you're playing along. Start with your B chord, but let's ignore this low B root, Beirut, and let's just play the A shape on the 4th fret of the D, G, and B strings, and we're going to change that D string, that's the 5th note in the chord, of the chord, and we're going to change it from 4th to 6, like that, and you can go to 7, so it'll be all. Then we're supposed to go to our E, and you can do the exact same thing, but now it's the A string, so we're going to treat E like a power chord, open 2 2, and our A string is going to go 2 4 5 4, back to our B. Back to our E for 2. And back to B. When you get to F sharp, it's a little harder because it's quite a stretch if you want to do that thing. We've got the power chord going, right? E2 and A4, and we're trying to get A up to 6. So you can just skip that if you want. And also, this whole time, you can play F sharp like this. Little F shape on the 2nd fret. Is the rhythm section, the chord progression, not the details, but we're going to look into that in detail, Tad. But your homework to do before the next time is to work out for us the key of E and tell us what an E 12-bar blues would look like. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Wish Tad luck. Good luck to you. I know there's probably a million billion videos about Red House on the internet, but Tad wanted to do it here, and I'm thankful for that. So I'm thankful for you being here too. That was really fun to make. I'll see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.